Okay, so this is Dream On, all-time rock and roll classic, and on the ukulele it can actually sound pretty good, and it's relatively simple. There's still some tricky parts, but if you just keep it simple and just go with it and have fun, it's actually a great song to play. If you can sing, all the more power to you. I can't, but if you can't, great. If you have a friend who sings, then you do this with your friend, and you got an awesome, fun tune. So. The picking is not really in a lot of root or chord structures that I can tell you easily, so I kind of have to navigate you through each little picking position. But there's a couple basic ones. E minor is this chord, you should know that, starting in the 2nd fret. F minor is just sliding it up one, and it's in key of F. So there's going to be a couple picking in the F minor and E minor position. Also, when we get into the chords, there's a lot of basic chords. So with the verse parts, F minor, D sharp, which is crushing the top 3 strings of the 3rd fret, F or C sharp, which is top 3 strings of the 1st fret. Also, in one of those, it goes down and does a D minor transition, D sharp, D minor, which is these 2 strings, and then that 1st or 2nd string 1st fret. So those are some of the basic chords. Then when it gets into the chorus, really cool progression coming. So that starts with a B flat. That's a bar chord, crushing the bottom 2 on the 1st fret, then middle finger on the next string up, next fret, and ring finger on top. That's B flat. It's a B. So that's why it's called a bar chord. You can slide all the way up. But the chorus, Dream On. D, then C, nice and easy, C sharp and D, and then, or D sharp, and then it does do a chord change or a key change for the next part where it goes really high in that. So it goes from that to an F, G, then G sharp, just sliding up one, then back to C sharp. And that'll be on the chord sheet, so you'll see that. But those are the basic chords, and then there's a lot of picking that goes along with it. So the first picking is the intro, which is the simplest and really cool, starting in the F position. So just do this chord to make it easier for yourself, but really you're only playing these middle 2 strings, and you're just picking it like that, and then you're actually just taking your ring finger and doing that after you pick it. Or on this 3rd string is where you do that. This will be the bass note for several of the picking things. So it starts in F minor position. So get your fingers there, and then pick this 2. Twice, and then slide it down to E. So that probably rings true to you, probably sounds familiar. Now you're doing a slightly different one. 3rd string, 2nd fret, and then ring fingers on the 2nd string, 4th fret. And then you're still plucking that top one. Do it twice. Then back to E. And then you're going up to this one, which is 1st string, 1st fret, and on your middle finger you're on the 2nd string, 3rd fret, and you're still doing the bass note with this 1/3 string. So you're actually plucking the bottom 2 with these 2 fingers, and then you slide to the F minor position down here, but don't play this top string, or don't put your finger there. 1, 2, 3. So I'll do that again. Go. And then that's the first one, and then on the second one, when it gets up to here, it goes, and then you go down to here, 1, so it's like that. So it goes. Then you go back up to this position again, and then a tough chord, 2nd string, 1st fret, 3rd string, 2nd fret, and 1st string, 3rd fret. You're kind of stretched there a little bit. And then you do that twice, and then you go back to this position, and then you do this one transition here, and then you go down to this. So basically you're actually still picking these 2, But on the third string, first fret, you're there and you're kind of pulling off. So ready, goes 4 times. And then it does a really tricky thing that I haven't been able to figure out yet, so I always cheat on it, and I can't even, is that... So I can't even do it, so I can't teach it, but you just pretend you can do it and move on. So then the singing part just goes with this. Every time I look in the mirror, then you keep repeating. The past is gone. Keep going. It went back dust to dawn. Then you go back down here again. Isn't that the way? Everybody's got the dues in life. Now you go to here, and it goes 8 times. Pay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and now we do the chord. It's the F minor to D sharp to C sharp in the back. So I know everybody knows when it goes and where it goes. I know everybody said you got to lose to know how to, and then you go back to the picking. And then it has this cool little picking part, transition, and it goes. So it'd be on the third string, you're going open, and you're doing an open and then a hammer on the second, and then you're hitting the fourth fret and then hammering on the 5th, and then you go back to D minor or F minor position. So it goes like that. So 1, 2, and then whoops. Then you go to the next song part again, where you do the next verse, and then the chords are going to be slightly different. It's going to be sing. All these feelings come back to you, and then F minor. Sing with me, sing for the year, sing for the laughter, sing for the tear. Sing it with me just for today. Now D minor, maybe tomorrow, the good Lord, C sharp, take you away, and it's 8 times on this, and now you're kind of picking these 2 top strings. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then you start doing some similar types of picking here, but here I'm going to show you a little bit of a trickier one, and I'll do that in the next one.